We all see celebrities with ripped bodies. On the show, we have someone who's behind that ripped body. You were a CA by profession. When did you decide that you wanted to take up fitness as a full-time profession?
Because there was a lot of bullying from my family and friends. So that's the reason first time I've stepped into gym. I met Karthikeya. So at that point, since I had to make my own appearance as a good trainer, I built a goddamn physique.
So you were behind that physique from the day one?
There are few faults in his body, there are few gaps and all. To keep it precise, we started off at 78 kilos, now he's at 92.
And he still is lean.
He's huge and ripped.
How do you see this industry 10 years back and now?
So in a way, it has become easy and more complicated too.
Now a person like me wants to get a six-pack, arms like you.
Depending on how your muscle is built, what is your muscle belly and all, you have a
Training men versus women.
workouts are actually the same. The only place where workout changes is
Cardio versus weights.
so we call this as epoch.
Drink in the night and working out in the morning.
So it means you are ruining your body completely.
We also have this Ashwagandha Ayurvedic.
All the studies what you see today are mostly
This is so scary to know.
it is scary. So in Ayurveda you say you wake up at Brahma Muhurat. The reason they ask you to wake up at that time is high concentration of
Everything around the supplement and the whole whey protein, all of that.
So right now supplements have become necessary because for a soil to come back to its original state, it would take at least around 100 years. So how could you say in 10 years I'm eating organic?
How safe is that? The steroids typically.
It is definitely going to have a side effect on your body no matter what.
How important is sleep in your transformation journey?
If you really want to lose fat or build muscle, you need at least.
Hi, welcome to another show of PowerUp with Pradeep. We all see celebrities with ripped bodies. On the show, we have someone who's behind that ripped body. Meet Mr. Ramesh, who's a CA turned fitness trainer. He has trained actors like Rana Daggubati, Karthikeya, Sudheer Babu, who are known for their physical transformation. Let's welcome Ramesh onto the show. Hi Ramesh, welcome onto the show.
Thank you.
So Ramesh, you were a CA, right, by profession. When did you decide that you wanted to take up fitness as a full-time profession?
So initially both were going on parallel. I was studying my CA and I was working out in the gym. I was an overweight kid. So my primary goal was to just lose weight and look a little bit better because there was a lot of bullying from my family and friends. So that's the reason first time I've stepped into gym. But later on there came a time where fitness gave me a better opportunity than CA. So when it comes to money or whatever it is. So
Right.
at that time I had to make a hard call, but I thought my mind is more inclined towards fitness rather than pursuing my CA. That's when I took the decision to become a trainer.
Our Indian parents typically think of having a stable job and going behind a stable career which is popularly known. Fitness is not that stable career.
Yeah.
How did you convince your family
No.
and parents to get into this?
So my mom and dad both were into government jobs. Both of them belong to the health department.
Okay.
It was not an easy task. So my father was one who was always behind me. So no matter what I did, he always supported me. That was always an advantage for me. But it wasn't that easy. But he convinced himself, okay, this guy is more interested into this. Let him pursue it. He didn't say anything at first. I never had any problem with him, but later on when he passed away in 2017, that's when I started having a lot of issues. Like, so since they were in the government job from a very long time,
Right.
they asked me to take up his profession or finish this or write some exams which are related to CA, get into accounting department from the government.
Okay.
So then I had a lot of pressure. It was a struggle at that point. Initially, it was easy for me. When my father was there, it was actually easy.
So your father was supporting you
Yeah, he
in the
was.
decision. Okay.
He didn't like it, I know it for sure, but he supported me.
Okay. Okay. So fitness as a industry is huge,
Yes.
and this is growing at a CAGR of roughly about 16% year on year.
Yes.
How do you see this industry turning from what it was about 10 years back and now? What are the major transformations that you're seeing in this industry?
So initially, even when I started working out, there was no proper guidance for me. So there was no scientific evidence. We just were doing things randomly.
Right.
So whenever even when I wanted to lose weight, my primary goal was to run for a lot of time. I didn't know what dieting was. I didn't know what supplementation was. I didn't know what strength training was. Now the field has improved 100x.
Okay.
So everything has a scientific data. There is meta-analysis going around for everything.
Right.
So every supplement is being studied in detail. Every dieting strategy is being studied in detail.
Right.
Now we have access to many data compared to when I started.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
in a way, it has become easy and more complicated too.
Mm-hmm.
So because at that time we were like, okay, there are these specific rules, just follow. So one person says this is good, the other guy will come up and say this is not good.
Right.
I have this data, and all. So it is
Right.
confusing. You'll have to make a point studying both.
Right. So you're currently operating as a solopreneur.
Yes.
As in you directly meet the celebrities and help them, get in shape.
Yes.
Be it celebrities or HNIs.
Yeah.
Because given the ticket size that you charge,
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if you would be comfortable sharing that. Would you mind sharing what's that you
So
charge?
when I started off, it was around 20-25. Now it is 6 or 7 times that number.
We get it.
Yeah.
We get that. So
yeah, 100%. So the kind of people who can afford definitely are either from a business background,
right,
or a celebrity level client. That is
Right.
definitely for sure. And
Yeah.
the thing is, post COVID, there has been an awareness into fitness.
Mhm.
So people are more inclined towards quality than price.
Yeah.
So that's the reason. Yeah.
How did you start? Were you like, you got into this and you said, okay, I'll be a trainer directly, or you worked somewhere and then you got into this? What's the background? If you can help us understand that.
So initially, I was working out in Himayatnagar Gold's Gym. So
Okay.
long ago, a client from Delhi came and approached me. She was working out in the gym. She directly approached me for training, looking at me.
Uh-huh.
So I actually was skeptical, and I was scared also since she was a woman. That was my first client. Later on,
Okay.
the way I was working out, we were just roaming around in the city. So at that time, F45 was being launched. So I
Okay.
just saw the board and went inside.
Uh-huh.
It looked quite different. So I just joined in as a client there. I was working out. Then, looking at the way I'm performing, they asked me to come on board as a trainer. So
Oh.
then I went to their training facility. The course, which had to take 15 days or 20 days, I just finished off it in 4 days, I think.
Wow.
So instead of taking me as a trainer, they took me as an operations head. I was posted to Vijayawada. That's how it turned out into a profession.
Okay.
So the
okay.
main reason was my native, I'm from Guntur. So Vijayawada is really close to me. That is one reason I took up. The other one is, so they were offering a huge amount at that time for me to relocate to that place,
Okay.
which is either way an advantage for me. So that's when I
by
took the
this
call.
time you were a CA already.
Yeah.
And you left that and you got into fitness training.
Yes.
And you are saying that this was paying you more than what a regular CA would get paid.
Yes.
Is that what you?
Yes.
Wow.
So initially, when you finish,
So you sorry to cut.
Yeah.
You were a qualified CA.
Yeah.
And you were so you were working as an employee on
just
the CA?
passed out.
Just passed out and yet to get
No,
employed.
I was working. So in CA, you already have articleship,
Okay.
right? So you are already associated with a company.
Sure.
So then you finish off, you get a job in the same company.
Understood. So
90
you were in the
90%
articleship
yeah.
at that stage. Got
Yeah.
it. So
So
you saw
90%
this
that's
is
how it
going to pay you more and then you took that up.
They actually offered me more than what I will be paid. I definitely know it for sure. So that's when I
Okay.
took it up.
So you from Hyderabad moved back to Vijayawada,
Vijayawada.
which is closer to your hometown,
Yes.
and then you took that role full time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were an operations manager, right? But not a trainer.
No, so in F45 operations manager, the thing is you have to train the trainers. So the way they call it
Okay.
operations is, so functional 45 is about a functional training facility. You'll have to train the trainers, take care of how the studio is running. We do take direct classes also.
Sure.
So it's like a 3-hour session. So morning 3 hours, evening 3 hours, which is just 6 hours of work. And I was offered around 80,000 something. This is way back in 2015. So
Wow.
at that time, that was a huge number. So I couldn't
Yeah.
even say, even if I take numbers into consideration, that was best thing
Sure.
to do at that time.
Sure. That pay in a city like Vijayawada.
Yeah,
is
that's also a
definitely-
tier 2 city.
Yeah, that's a good number.
Yes.
Right.
If it was Hyderabad, it would have been a different thing. But yeah, for that place, that is too high.
Understood. So from there on, you got into full fitness training.
Yeah, I got into full fitness. Then I actually wanted to set up a gym on my own in
Okay.
Vijayawada. At that point in 2017, I lost my father.
Okay.
So everything had to be kept aside. So I had to stay back. I'm the only kid. I had to stay back with mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I took care of her for like 2 years or so.
Sure.
Then even at that point, I had too much, like I said before, I was having too much pressure to take up dad's job or
Okay.
get something into the garment or
Right.
pursue CA fully.
Yeah.
So they are like typical Indian mentality, government job is best.
Yeah.
Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to take a bag and roam around like a trainer and all these things? Many
Right.
things came up.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a struggle point for me. Then in 2019, so it was actually then my girlfriend, now my wife. So it
Okay.
was her idea that you have to move back to Hyderabad. It's not working out here.
Right.
Then yeah, I had to convince my mom and move back to Hyderabad.
Okay.
So then where I went into steel. So I came back. I joined in another gym called CFS in Gachibowli. So I worked for like 2 months, but they weren't paying us properly.
Okay.
So I came to know that Kunal is looking for trainers in steel.
Okay.
I just randomly applied for the job.
Right.
So because right now also, if I simply could say what is the best facility in Hyderabad, it is definitely steel.
Oh.
So even till date, nobody can match him.
Acha.
So at that time, I just applied for the interview. I was damn sure that I won't be selected.
Okay.
I was damn sure.
Sure.
So I attended the interview. Luckily, or maybe my knowledge, I don't know what's for sure. And 130 members, I was the only one who got selected.
Out of 130.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that again became a turning point. So as a trainer, I haven't learned much in steel, but when it comes to how to scale your business, your mindset, once you work with that guide, moves to a next level.
Okay.
Then COVID came up. Then it was again a struggling phase.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was all ups and downs.
What is that learning that you took away from Kunal? Because you mentioned so high about him. Maybe if you can throw some light and
So
help us
he'll
understand.
main thing you'll know is how to deal with a client, how to
Sure.
scale up your business.
Okay.
So when somebody approaches you, so in one single line, if I have to tell you, if somebody goes and talks to Kunal, though you won't have money, you'll take a loan and pay him for his training. So that's the way he speaks. If you want me
Wow.
to put it in one straight line,
Okay.
so that's his power.
Okay. He's the one behind the big names in the Bollywood
Oh yeah.
in terms
So he
transformation.
trained Ranveer Kapoor, Ambani's. Rana was through him. Sudheer Babu was through him. All the
Okay.
top tier celebrities were all Kunal's clients.
Okay. Okay. Get that.
So he was till date. He's one of the best right now. He has a competition from another guy, Kumar Manwa. But if you say who is number one, undoubtedly it's Kunal.
Got it. So post COVID, you again started on your own, right? You moved out of Kunal's team and you started on your own. So you still didn't think of starting your own gym?
No, at that time I wasn't financially capable of starting my own gym.
Sure.
So, but till then I understood that it won't be working in a good way if I'm working under a brand or somebody's name. I'll have to start something on my own. I came out of steel. I started
Right.
working as a solopreneur at that point.
Okay.
So I started off by charging around 25,000 at that time. It was a struggling phase because post COVID people were not ready to come into public places. There was
Yeah.
too much of hysteria. People were like, no, this is not safe, that, this, and
Yeah.
that.
In fact, I still remember I had a friend who had a gym. He shut this gym and he moved back to his hometown because it was not working for him.
Yeah, many gyms got shut down.
Yeah.
Unless it is a top tier gym, most of them got shut down at that point.
Right.
So even the government, they didn't allow gyms to be open. So I think gyms were the last ones which got permission to open up, even post COVID also.
Got that.
Gyms were the last one to open up. So it was a struggling phase at that time. At that point, I had one client. So he wanted to move to 360 for training.
Okay.
So when I was training him at 360, that's where I met Karthikeya. So
Okay.
at that point, since I had to make my own appearance as a good trainer, I built a goddamn physique.
Ah.
So looking at my physique, he spoke to me.
Okay.
So he was doing 2-3 mistakes. I corrected him a couple of times. Then he said, I wanted to come to you for training for a month. I want to learn. So that 1 month turned out to be 3 years now.
So when I first saw Karthikeya on the screen, I was like, who's this new person? And his physique was like, wow.
Yeah.
So how did you, so you were behind that physique from the day one, or when did you
No.
actually get in?
No, it it's been 3 years since we started training together.
Okay.
So initially he built his physique on his own with
Sure.
the limited amount of knowledge he had. He built his physique. So he was already fit by the time he met me.
Right.
But there were few faults in his body, there are few gaps and all. So that's when I came on board. Now it's been
Okay.
3 years. So to keep it precise, we started off at 78 kilos. Now he's at 92.
78 kilos to 92.
So which is all muscle, no fat. So
And he
he's huge
still
now.
is lean.
Yes. He still has his abs. So he's huge and ripped.
78, 92.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a huge transformation. So how do you work on this, Ramesh? So let's say I'm like this, right? Now if I want to get physically, so I what do you call me? Am I like lean, normal?
Normal. Yeah.
So I'm not obese, I'm not
No, not
lean.
obese.
I'm normal.
Yeah.
Now a person like me wants to get a six pack and wants to get arms like you in shape. How does it work? How do you start? So I want this podcast to be a masterclass on the fitness side. If anybody is wanting to transform their body physically, right, from a appearance standpoint, how should they approach this? I want you to help us step by step.
Yeah, sure. So first thing you'll have to know is your hormone profile.
Sure.
So it's not about are you fit or fat or what. You should know what's happening internally.
Right.
If your hormones are properly regulated, then it's easy to transform.
Got that.
So 99% of the time what happens is out of our bad eating habits or lack of sleep or many factors, pollution and everything, men are having high estrogen levels, which is actually a female hormone.
Oh.
So testosterone is male dominant hormone. Men
Right.
are having more of estrogen levels. So if your estrogen, E2, estradiol, we call it estradiol, if it is high, you'll have to bring that down.
Okay.
Simultaneously, you'll have to improve the testosterone. When this switchover happens, that's when your body transforms easily. The other thing you'll have to take care of is how is your insulin sensitivity. Is your body able to process all the food you are eating?
Got it.
So 90% of the time people are insulin resistant. So that means if you are eating high sugars or carbs, you're not able to process it and your body is storing it as fat.
Okay.
See, if these two hormones are taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
then it's easy to transform.
Got it.
Then comes your diet point. So what are you eating? So your body is made of what you eat.
Right.
So if you're eating bad, your body will look bad. So think
Right.
of it as a mirror. Whatever you're putting in your mouth, it is going to show off on your body. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Then comes your training.
Okay.
So where are you? How far we can push you? So then comes your skeletal structure.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your limb length? What is your bone density? What is your bone length? Then comes your muscle bellies. So muscle bellies is how is your muscle made of within its space.
Okay.
So this is my bicep. So this
Right.
is called a muscle belly.
Yeah.
So is it short? Is it long? What kind of fibers do I have? So these things should be taken care of. Then you'll have to design a program.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
that easy.
It's so
That's the reason.
complex.
Yeah, that's the
it
reason.
sounds more science to me.
Yeah, definitely. So I call it science backed by art.
Got that.
So you'll have to implement science into bodybuilding. What you show off is an art.
Oh,
So I usually call it science backed by an art.
I get that.
So
In
what you
fact-
see on the screen or on a stage is the art part. What happens behind is all science.
Get that. Get that. For me, my gym routine has been one body part a day. Bicep one day, tricep one day, abs one day, and back one day, legs one day. That's how I go about it. And most of my workouts are largely regular workouts. The same workouts I do it every single time I do that body part. Say bicep, if I'm working out, I use the same methodology or the same equipment, same style of working out. So, how do you customize these things? Now, let's say I, as a customer, has come to you, right? I want to transform. So, you first took me through a health check, or
Yeah.
you got my hormonal balances
work,
and all that. You
Blood
checked.
work, DEXA scan.
Got it. Can you repeat that again once?
Blood work and DEXA scan. So
Blood
for your
work and
hormone,
DEXA
it is
scan.
blood work.
Okay.
So what is your body made of? What is the muscle tissue? What is the water? What is fat? This you get from DEXA scan.
Got it. So you got that done. Now, how do you customize the workout here?
So
Is the
no,
next step workout, or sorry if I'm jumping the
no,
gun?
it is diet actually.
Okay,
So
diet.
that is not a big deal.
Sure.
So depending on where your hormones are working, we'll have to take that into consideration and prepare your diet and supplementation.
Got it.
So when it comes to workout, no matter how big trainer you are, basics are always basics. So if somebody asks me, give me one simple tip for workout, ruthless execution of basics.
Ruthless execution of basics.
It's as simple as that. Deadlift is deadlift for anyone, squat is squat for anyone, bench press is bench press for anyone, clean and press is clean and press for anyone.
Okay.
Where it differs is, so as I told you, what is your limb length, how is your skeletal structure made, we change the form and technique of it.
Okay.
So that is where our expertise comes in.
Acha.
So generally anybody has to stick to the basics.
Right.
So basics are always predominantly there. You
Right.
alter it from there depending
Okay.
on who the person is. So how well is he built? Is he a beginner or an advanced lifter, or he wants to transform in a very short time? That's where expertise comes in, and that's where we change the workout routine and everything.
Oh.
So no matter who it is, basics are always basics.
Right. So here, for a client like me, you then speak about the basic workouts are still same.
Yeah.
You might give a routine of it on a daily basis. Say 1 week's routine is this, and then you customize the workouts according to the body
Not
style.
actually 1 week. So once you walk in, depending on how you feel, what is your rest, how well you ate, I design the workout.
Okay.
So it's not like I already prepare something and I just execute it. No.
Yeah.
So there are many factors before I train a client.
Okay.
So I'll have to see how his recovery is. So you're already struggling with pains from previous day workout. I can't just simply put you through the plan I have in my mind. I'll have to switch it immediately.
Right.
So I can't sit with a structured plan like, okay, this client is coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So typically what happens with a normal trainer and somebody who is an expert is this. They just go, they have a random plan. They just execute it no matter how you're feeling and all. We don't do that. Depending on other factors. So if somebody, so if I am training a celebrity, he might have been through a whole night of shoot. So he might have had less rest.
Right.
And he comes to the gym. I can't put him through a deadlift session or a heavy back session.
Okay.
So somebody is having a small kid. He didn't sleep the entire night because of the kid. I can't put him through the same session. Depending on what he has gone through,
right.
I have to change the routine. But
Got it.
no matter what, you have to turn up to the gym.
Got it.
So that's where discipline comes in.
Right.
So once you are here, I'll design what I have to do. I'll decide. So
Okay.
once you're an expert, it doesn't take you much time.
Get that. So it's not that structured or calendared approach. You always customize basis the previous day or
Yeah, definitely.
things like that. Okay. Okay. So on the lines of Karthikeya's example we took, let's move to Karthikeya now. From 78 kgs to 92 kgs with no fat, only muscle mass. How did you help him gain this? And maybe if you can also help us understand a celebrity who we always know is already fit and has ripped body, was also doing mistake is something new to me as a individual to take it. Now, what were those mistakes at that level he was making, and what are those things that you helped him change?
So same thing as I told you, depending on how your muscle is built, what is your muscle belly and all, you have a form of execution. His forms were off. So I can't simply say it was Karthikeya's mistake. Maybe the trainer whom he worked with, he didn't correct him properly because he had trainer before.
Okay.
So he worked with a trainer. I don't want to take anyone's names. He worked with a trainer. Later on, he realized that it's not helping him and he stopped working with him. He was working out alone on his own for like 3-4 years. That's when I showed up. So getting that person to train with me, I would say that is an achievement for me because any normal person can come and easily I can convert you as a client. So I can talk to you for 10 minutes. But who has already been fit, who has been training, who already showed off six-pack in movies and all, getting him on board, I would say it's an achievement for me.
Right.
So that too, I'm still continuously having him as a client with me. So that I personally will take, yes, I did something great.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly. So it was more about execution. In the diet part, there were a few mistakes.
Right.
So when he came in, he was having anterior pelvic twist. Nobody figured that out. That means his spine was moving forward. I had to correct that structurally. Then I had to build his back.
Oh, there's a doctor side of you also.
I wouldn't say it's a doctor side. So doctor is somebody who performs surgeries and all. This is more about muscle alignment. So if your muscles are built in a proper way, your skeletal structure will come to its place.
But that's still science.
Yeah,
As in,
it is science.
from
It's
a layman
definitely science.
standpoint, if I'm thinking spine changing its form and then a fitness trainer trying to get the muscle in right place and helping that correct is definitely science.
Yeah, it is
For
science.
me, from a layman standpoint, again, that sounds like a doctorial
Yeah,
job.
doctor is, so what I would say is doctor is someone who corrects you after everything is gone. So you broke your spine, that's when you'll have to go to a doctor to get it
Yeah.
fixed. So we make sure that you don't go to doctor. So we make sure that you don't break your spine in the first place.
Awesome.
So that's where our part comes in.
Awesome. Awesome.
So our in fact, to say honestly, so we are someone who were taking away money from doctor in a way to say, you know. So
Makes
if you are
sense.
having a healthy lifestyle, your
Right.
visits to hospital will automatically come down.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. And in fact, I also notice the day I skip my gym, I feel a little low.
Yes.
The day I hit gym in the morning and then come down to work, I feel very confident, physically super active. That lowness is not there ideally.
So basically, you have happy hormones like endorphins, serotonin.
Yeah.
So when you work out, these endorphins, serotonins are released into your body, so you
Right.
feel happy.
Yeah.
So when you don't work out, that doesn't happen. So you feel lethargic, you feel dull, you don't feel like moving.
And back of the mind, I always have this, I skipped it, I could have woken up little early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that you're not disciplined or anything as such. There are many factors to it.
Right, right.
So depending on how our day is moving
In
or
fact-
how our previous day has moved.
In
and
fact,
all.
I'll tell you, you mentioned this. If somebody has a kid, and I have a 6-month-old kid at home, so there are times when we don't sleep properly in
Yeah,
the night.
definitely. I also have a 1-year-old kid now. She just turned 1. I have been through that phase, but for me, I don't have an option, so I have to get up and go to the gym in the morning.
I get that.
I did skip workout few days when I didn't
Right.
have enough rest,
Right.
but I had to turn up to the gym no matter what.
Understand that.
Yeah.
Understand. So, Ramesh, now we spoke of a client coming to you and training, right? Now, let's say we spoke of Karthikeya, who's a man, Pradeep, again a man. Now, we know, or rather, I read it somewhere, the body types are anyway different for men and women, right? How does the workout change when it comes? Because hormones also are different. You spoke
Yes.
about estrogen in men, and technically, that's the hormone that is largely there in women, right? So, how does this workout change, and how do you approach training men versus women?
So technically speaking, workouts are actually the same. The only place where workout changes is when you're training chest.
Okay.
So that is the only place structurally. So when it comes to hormones, men are actually in a way gifted. We only have one hormone in our body, testosterone. We run it till you die, unless until something goes wrong in between. So women, it's a 15-day cycle. So whenever they are close to periods, they have more activity of progesterone. The other time it was estrogen. So depending on the, technically speaking, depending on how close or far from their periods they are, they have to change their workout routine.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can't simply say lift every day. The other myth which I have to address is people think you should not work out on periods. Actually, working out on periods is beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
So they think you have to rest. No, if it is too painful, yes, rest. If you're fine, better come and work out.
Okay.
So even your flow and everything will be even at that point if you're
Right.
working out.
Right.
So that's where it changes when it
Okay.
comes to workouts. So other myth is women should not lift heavy. Actually, women have to lift heavy. So you cannot build like men because your testosterone is not dominant, your estrogen dominant. Only testosterone dominant people can build hefty muscle mass. So either way, you get toned up when you lift heavy. You can't
Right.
build muscle like men. So that's
Got that.
nothing to worry.
Got that. Got that. Now we see a lot of women going around on the cardio side a
Yes.
lot, treadmill, the cross train. In fact, some of my friends also men, they also do more of that. Now I want to understand not specifically men versus female, but cardio versus weights. How does this differ, right? Because sometimes back in my gym, I have a trainer, not a personal trainer, but a gym trainer, right? I speak to him. I tell him, hey, I'm doing this on these days. Is there something that I should change? He says, add cardio, and I don't go towards cardio because of lack of time. I technically spend about 30-40 minutes, and then I do weights and then come out, right? Now, he was speaking of cardio. Now, how important is cardio uh, versus weight training, and what is one has to keep on the preferential list?
So we'll have to take two standpoints. When it comes to cardio, it is more related to your cardiovascular health. That is your heart health.
Right.
To keep your heart healthy, cardio is important.
Sure.
So when you say you have a very little time, what do I have to prefer? It's always weight training.
Got it.
So if your goal is either to build muscle or lose fat, so strength training is important. The simple reason, instead of making it too complex, example, say you've burnt 300 calories by doing cardio. So you're on treadmill for 30 minutes, you burnt
Right.
around 150 calories.
Right.
So you say the same person did 30 minutes of strength training. When you're strength training and you're lifting good enough, you create a micro tear in your muscle. So
Okay.
you're causing an intramuscular damage. For it to repair itself, it will take around 48 hours. So the entire 48 hours, you're burning calories. So we call this as EPOC, excess post oxygen consumption.
Okay.
Okay. So that is, once your activity is done, your body is consuming more oxygen. So say
EPOCs
you
you
burn,
call it.
yeah, EPOC, EPOC. Say you burn 150 calories here. This is definitely going to be 10 to 20 times more than this.
Okay.
So even when it comes to burning calories standpoint, weight training is more beneficial. So the other thing,
So I'm on the right
likewise,
side of it.
yeah. Likewise, the other thing I spoke to you before about endorphins, serotonin, all these things. These
Right.
comes only with weight training. You cannot have this through cardio. So
Got
that is another beneficial thing.
Okay.
So if you ask me cardio versus strength training, I would say strength training. And many people say finish off your workout with cardio. Actually, technically speaking, they should be done separately. So I
Okay.
never make my client do both together.
So
Yeah. So these are
on
two,
the same day, no.
no, these are two separate energy systems.
Got it.
So you can't combine both.
Right.
So cardiovascularity is different, strength training is different.
Okay.
The right way, scientific way, is do it separately. Either wake up in the morning, go for a walk, then later on do your strength training. Or if you don't have time, come in the morning, do your strength training. Late evening, just go for a walk.
Oh.
So if it is
In
not
fact,
necessary,
today I went for a walk, say about 2 kilometers roughly, and then I went to gym. I did chest today. So something like this is good, as in immediately. Two
No, not
kilometers
good.
walk and immediately I hit the gym.
not good. So
Not
other
good.
thing is, say you had your food,
Right.
So maybe previous night's food or early morning food, you have carbohydrates in your body.
Right.
You need carbohydrates to lift heavier weights. So if you do cardio first, you're burning off all your muscle glycogen, your carbohydrates in your bloodstream first. Where
Right.
will you have energy for lifting weights? Though you start training after doing cardio, definitely you are underperforming.
Okay.
Because your energy is already gone.
Right.
So either way, it's not good.
Right. And I keep getting this from my father, right? He says before you go to gym, have something and go. Usually I eat almonds or banana and then I go to gym. So is this the right way of doing it?
So depending on who you are. So if you're looking for weight loss, I wouldn't say banana is a wiser option.
Okay.
So if you're going for just building your muscle, yeah, you can have banana. Almonds, again, they are more of protein and fats. It's not that fast acting. Yes, banana is an instant energy thing. It is high glycemic index. You will have energy, definitely.
Okay.
So if somebody wants to lose weight, I wouldn't suggest banana, or else, yes, bananas are good. They do have potassium in them, so you won't be having cramps while working out.
Okay. Okay. Usually, how should the routine be? Let's say if I'm way to taking course from you, right? The coaching. Should I eat and go? What should be the time gap from eating to hitting the gym?
Half an hour to 45 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is, so you have organ blood and free blood in your body. Organ blood is which is inside your organ, be your heart or kidneys or whatever it is.
Right.
There is free blood which is circulating into your body. So if you have food in your stomach, this free blood is there digesting the food. But when you're working out, it has to be in the muscle which you're working out. So you're contradicting it. So once you say half an hour to 45 minutes, depending on did you eat a slow digesting or fast digesting food or whatever it is.
That also has a role.
Yeah, definitely. So if you eat something hard and you expect it to digest in 30 minutes, it's not practical.
Okay.
So you'll have to eat something easy on your stomach. Then if you give a half an hour or 40 minutes gap, So your blood is free, it's ready to be worked out.
Okay. What is better, Ramesh? Working out in the morning or working out in the evening?
So I would prefer morning. So reason is, so if you're
Irrespective
working
of who the person
yeah, it
is.
doesn't matter who it is. So if you're working out in the late evening, say 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you have an elevated heart rate when you're going close to sleep. So
Okay.
it might be difficult for you to sleep. So other thing, many people use black coffee or pre-workouts before working out, which are stimulants. So caffeine is a stimulant. Any pre-workout, L-citrulline, malate, or anything is a stimulant. It keeps your brain awake. So
Okay.
you can't fall asleep faster. That is the only
Right.
reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Get that. Get that. Quite complex and a lot of
Yeah,
things
it is.
I'm doing wrong. I'm sure
No,
people
see,
who are seeing it, they also might be thinking, okay, I do these things wrong.
these are subjected to every individual. Say somebody is coming from a night shift.
Yeah.
So we would generally say finish off your workout, go and sleep. But for some people, it might not be practical. They might rest first, then come back for training.
Right.
So it depends on who the person is, what their schedule is. Ideally, working out in the morning is best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say before noon, finish off your workouts and all.
In fact, some celebrities keep showing that they work for like X number of hours, 10 or 9 or whatever, right? How realistic is it?
So in the movie shoot,
Movie shoot or as in even we keep seeing some transformation reels here and there. This celebrity was training for X number of hours.
see, nobody can work out for more than 1.5 hours. So if you're working out for more than 1.5 hours, that means your workout is not to the point. You
Okay.
will not have energy to work out more than 1.5 hours.
Right.
So if you're coming to me, you'll be dead in 45 minutes. Definitely. So morning, like I was training one client. So it had been like 1 hour, 10 minutes or something. We finished off back and bicep. I said, done, sir. He was like, if you ask me to do one more set, I'll vomit.
Oh.
So that was his position.
You're so intense.
It has to be. See, you're coming. See, the reason why people are paying me so much is that I deliver results.
Right.
So I can't take care of your, your mood or how you feel, these
Right.
things into consideration. My primary goal is getting you results.
Right.
So this can happen only when you follow a structured plan and when your intensity is that high.
Right.
So they already come up with that mindset.
Got it.
So that's the reason I don't have problems with discipline or cheat meals, all these things.
Makes
They
sense.
already knew they have to go through this.
Yeah, yeah. So I also want to ask one question. This is on behalf of one of my friends. I was telling him that you're gonna come and Karthikeya's trainer is gonna be there on the show. So we meet in the gym.
Okay.
He says, bro, check with him on if I drink in the night and working out in the morning. How safe is it? Is it right?
It is not
wrong?
safe. See, in general also, alcohol is not at all suggestible. There is no recommended limit for alcohol.
Right.
First thing, if you're drinking alcohol, what happens is you're raising your cortisol level, which is a stress hormone.
Sure.
So you already elevated your stress level. And again, early in the morning, you're putting your body through stress. So
Okay.
it means you're ruining your body completely.
All right.
So it is not at all suggestible. So if somebody has to go for a party very occasionally, once in a while, okay, fine. I wouldn't say that is fine. You can drink. No, definitely. I would say if possible, stop alcohol completely.
Right.
So this, no, it's not at all suggestible. So
Got
it's
it.
not going to clear the damage you did while drinking.
Right, right. So to get in shape, we also speak of diet is very, very important, right? We spoke of working out and body a lot till now. I want to understand on the diet part of it, right? So how does diet have its role on the overall transformation of an individual?
So I would say diet has a major role compared to workout. In what? So example, say you're 100 kgs.
Sure.
So I'll have to create a deficit for you while I'm preparing your diet. So deficit is when I create a deficit in your required calories, your body will start taking fat from your body.
Okay.
So generally human body process of working, first primary source of energy is its carbohydrates.
Right.
Second primary source is not fat, it is actually your muscle tissue.
Oh.
So whenever I design a diet for you, I'll have to make sure that I keep this safe and tap into fat.
Okay.
So this comes the technical part. Second thing, what happens is no matter who it is, how fit you are, if your diet is not perfect, you're not going to see any changes in your body.
Okay.
So people think, so I told you, right, how your body works. First primary source is sugars or carbs, whatever it is. Second thing is muscle, then comes fats. So people generally diet for 5 days. Sixth day, they go and binge it. So you're transferring your body from tapping into fat as energy to carbohydrates.
Yeah.
For this to come back, it'll again take 4 to 5 days. Unless until your muscle glycogen and your blood glycogen is completely gone, you can't tap into fat. So that means you lost the previous week's work and the next week's work too. So
Oh.
people think you can counterfeit. You can never outtrain your bad diet. You can never outtrain your bad diet. So no matter who it is, you have to be strict on your diet. It need not be very tough. It can be convenient.
Right.
So main thing is portion size. Second
Right.
thing is avoid simple sugars. Eat healthy fats. Eat
Right.
good amount of protein. You're good to go.
Got it. You spoke of sugar, and in one of my shows earlier, there was a doctor who spoke about sugar and salt are two major culprits in a person's body, right? So, and you also mentioned sugar now. So, I want to touch upon that and go a little deeper. What exactly does this sugar or salt have impact on the body?
So I'll have to counter this. I wouldn't say salt is a culprit. So doctors have made salt a culprit. So think of it. So why do you get cramps in your body? So lack of sodium and potassium, which are nothing but salts.
Yeah.
If they are not important, why is your body cramping? Right.
So
salts are necessary.
sure.
So they blame salt for everything. I don't know why. Definitely. Yes, sugar is a culprit. Every chronic disease from cancer to diabetes is related to sugar.
Okay, so salt is necessary.
Yeah, salt is necessary.
But sugar is
No.
something which has to be zeroed down.
Yes.
Okay.
You need electrolytes. Say you're having diarrhea or vomitings. First thing what doctor prescribes to you is electrolytes,
Right.
ORS,
Right.
electrol, or
Right.
all these are electrolytes.
Right.
So other thing, if somebody has a heart attack, I'll give you a contradictory thing. So if somebody is having a heart attack, first thing what they give you is a solution, a saline, which is called saline. Saline is nothing but 1000 milligrams of salt.
Okay.
So if salt is dangerous to you, which is increasing your BP, why are you giving it to a heart attack patient? My simple question is this. You can ask any doctor.
Right. Right.
He'll be dumbfounded immediately. Why are you giving salt to that person? That is the
Right.
first line of defense for any heart attack patient.
Right. Right.
So I wouldn't say salt is a culprit. You need salt.
Mhm.
Without salt, your body cannot function. So salt in itself doesn't mean it's only your table salt, sodium chloride. There is magnesium, potassium.
Right.
There are n number of minerals. So best salt would be either Himalayan pink salt or there is something called Celtic salt.
Oh, Caltech.
Celtic, yeah.
Okay.
It is a little costly, but it has pure, all the profiles of all the minerals necessary for your body.
Sure.
So these are the best kind of salts. I wouldn't say salt is a culprit, but definitely sugar is.
Got it. Got it. So avoid sugars at any given point in time in life.
So right now, so to be more practical, I wouldn't say avoid sugar. I would say limit its intake. We
Okay.
already got used to consuming it. So
Mhm.
once your taste buds got used to it, you cannot avoid it completely.
Got that.
So there is something called TAS1 R2 inside our tongue. So
Okay.
backside of our tongue. So that is related to your addictions. So any packaged food what you have, example if I say Lay's or any chips, you can't simply stop by eating one.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
if you check the label behind, it has a sweetener in it, but those chips are not sweet. The reason is it taps into TAS1 R2. The moment it taps into TAS1 R2, you cannot stop eating it. So all the food industry is playing with this. So there is billions of money put into it, into research, unfortunately, which is not a healthy practice. But
Yeah.
yes, it's happening.
Oh my God.
Yes.
This is so scary to know.
It is scary. See, you'll have to have your self-control. So once you don't eat any junk for 21 or 22 days, you won't crave them. But
Okay.
you'll have to struggle for those 21 or 22 days.
Right.
Right now, you have many better options like stevia is one safe sweetener, which is natural.
Sure.
You can go with stevia-based sweets or anything. If you crave something sweet, don't go with sugars.
Very difficult. In fact,
Yeah, that's what.
I-
So
I-
instead of avoiding completely, switch to a better alternative or cut down your consumption size.
Right. In fact, I know this fact, and I see it on a daily basis in my life. Right. We keep telling our kid, too many chocolates are happening, let's stop it and all. But then there are times when I and my wife also eat.
See, I'll tell you one logic with kids. So, no matter how good care you take of them, when they move to schooling or when they have friends, they will definitely eat sugars.
Right.
So, you cannot avoid it completely. Better you don't give it to them.
Got
You
that.
know, what you're feeding them, feed them healthy. Even I have a daughter who is 1 year. I tell my wife the same thing. See, we are not supposed to buy chocolates and give her. Somebody will definitely give it. You can't say no. Even if her mom came the other day, she will definitely bring something while coming.
Right.
You cannot say no at that time. You yourself don't buy it.
Get that.
Eventually, they will eat it. At least cut it down from your side.
Makes sense.
So
Makes
try
sense.
to create a balance. You can't avoid it completely. Try to give them more healthy foods, less unhealthy foods.
Got that.
Yeah, we ourselves, we ruined ourselves completely. At
Hmm.
least the next generation could be better if we take
Right.
little care.
Right. Till now, we've spoken on what to avoid. Let's now focus on what should be consumed, and then I'll come to the whey protein and the whole supplement part of it. Let's focus on the natural things which one can, consume on a daily basis.
So the best food, if you ask me, undoubtedly it's whole egg, not egg white. So it's whole egg.
Whole egg.
Yes.
Okay.
So people say yellows have cholesterol. I think you also asked me that.
Yeah. Me and my wife keep debating this.
Yes.
She doesn't eat what do you call it?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yolk.
So
Yolk.
Yeah. So she says don't eat it. What do you want to consume? And I love it, frankly.
So egg yolk has many vitamins in it, which no other food in the world has.
Right.
So they say it is around 1600 kinds of vitamins. I definitely can't name all of them. I don't know what they are. So yes, it does have 10 milligrams of cholesterol in it.
Sure.
So basically, your brain is predominantly functioning on cholesterol. All the gray matter in your brain is made of cholesterol.
Got that.
So even your LDL is really good for you. What keeps your heart safe is also cholesterol. Cholesterol is necessary. So if you are having a high cholesterol issue, cut the consumption to 2 LOs per day.
Okay.
Or else you can happily eat them.
Right. Right.
So when it comes to
2
protein
LOs,
ranking,
whether you work out or not.
it doesn't matter. I'm just talking at a general standpoint.
Okay.
So diet need not be, so if you're working out, you'll need more of it.
Got it.
So everybody needs protein.
Right.
So basically you need 0.8 to 1 gram per kg minimum.
Got it.
So if you're 60 kgs in weight, you
Right.
need 60 grams of protein per day, no matter who you are.
Understood.
If you're working out, not working out. So make protein your priority.
Right.
Then get into healthy fats.
Right.
So it might be hard for people, but you'll have to avoid all the seed oils.
Seed oils.
Yes. So if you know the process of making seed oil like sunflower oil or canola oil or what, it has to go through a 4-stage process. So they use 4 kinds of acids or reagents to get that oil to you. These are actually industrial wastes.
Oh.
So they promoted in 1990 during Industrial Revolution. They promoted them as good cooking oils. No. So once you burn an oil, it turns rancid. That means it becomes poison. The best oils for you to use for cooking is coconut oil, ghee, beef tallow, macadamia oil. These are the 4.
Okay.
Olive oil also shouldn't be used for cooking. It is used for dressing. So if you see an olive oil, it comes in a green colored bottle. The reason it comes in a green colored bottle is if it is exposed to sunlight, it becomes rancid. That is the reason they give you in a green colored bottle. What is the point of heating it while cooking?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to put it to sun. You're burning it off, I don't know, maybe 100 degrees or what temperature it is also.
Right.
So these are the major changes you have to make.
Got it. Since we are speaking of natural food, right? We also have this Ashwagandha Ayurvedic, items that we speak of. What's your take on that?
So I'll give you an insight on Ayurveda. So people think Ayurveda is only Charaka Samhita, which is one book. Before that, in 3 BCE, we have something called Agnivesha Samhita. That was the first book.
Okay.
Later on, after 1000 years around or 2000 years around 3000 BC something, Charaka revised it and it was released as Charaka Samhita.
Okay.
Then you have something called Sushruta Samhita, which is related to surgery.
Okay.
These 3 books are major for Ayurveda.
Sure.
So these were there for a very long time.
Right.
Then when Genghis Khan came into India, all these books, all the libraries were burned down.
Okay.
So that fellow invaded India for a number of times.
Right.
So Nalanda was gone, all the universities were gone. Later on, till 1948, these were not found anywhere.
Oh.
In 1948, the government reintroduced Ayurveda.
Okay.
So at that point, to be blunt honest, that was the most shittiest government known till date. I don't know what changes they made to it. So you can't believe, yes, Ayurveda is the top ranking thing, but I
Right.
don't know how far we are actually following actual Ayurveda.
Actual Ayurveda. Okay.
So if you say Ayurveda, Ayurveda means, Ayur means life, Veda is science. So that is Ayurveda. So Ayurveda mostly speaks about how you have to live your life.
Okay.
So it doesn't talk about a single supplement.
Hmm.
So if you talk about Ashwagandha or Shilajit related to testosterone, it doesn't have a pathway. So if I say, how does protein build your muscle? Protein breakdowns into amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of your muscle. They convert into muscle. This is how you build your muscle.
Right.
So likewise, Ashwagandha and Shilajit have to have a pathway to increase your testosterone.
Right.
They don't have a pathway.
Right.
So they do not increase your testosterone. No matter how much you debate or do anything, there is no way they're going to increase your testosterone. All the studies, what you see today, are mostly funded by the companies who are selling Ashwagandha just to promote their product. Yes, Ashwagandha has its place in Ayurvedic medicine. That was used to treat stress.
Okay.
So it is a stress buster.
Because usually
So it
these
lowers
come...
your cortisol level. So it doesn't increase your testosterone directly. So
Okay.
once your stress hormone is lowered, all the other functions in your body will be elevated.
Got
So
it.
it doesn't mean that it's going to raise your only testosterone thing.
Right.
So it doesn't have this effect.
So rise in testosterone is directly linked with your muscle building.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how it is being
Yeah,
promoted.
healthy lifestyle, all these things come into play. And funny thing, if you want me to talk about more about Ayurveda.
Yeah, please.
So if you say, so everybody knows that turmeric is beneficial to you, it is antibiotic.
Correct.
Actual ingredient, potent ingredient of turmeric is curcumin.
Okay.
So how do you separate curcumin from turmeric is by adding pepper.
Okay.
So once you add cayenne pepper or black pepper to it, it gets separated. But your stomach wall doesn't absorb curcumin.
Oh.
So for that to absorb, what you have to do is, you'll have to use fenugreek seeds. So that is how curcumin is absorbed by your body. You tell me from how long these three ingredients are used in Indian cooking.
Oh, honestly, for me, this is sounding like a rocket science. While I am a
definitely.
biochemistry, biotech student back in my undergrad, but yeah, I only studied them then.
Yeah.
These are sounding very...
So for me, this is Ayurveda. So Ayurveda knows turmeric is potent, and it even knows how to make it. How your body has to absorb it. It knows what to do for your body to absorb the active ingredient.
Got it.
So Ayurveda never says simply swallow this, your testosterone will come up. No, it is mostly related to your life science.
Okay.
So if you want me to elaborate, so nowadays you say, what do you call? Cold plunge.
Sure.
Cold plunge has become a trend nowadays.
Yeah.
Jump into ice cold water, you will recover.
Right. There are some centers also.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cold plunge centers and all.
Right.
So I'll tell you how it is related to Ayurveda.
Sure.
So in Ayurveda, you say you wake up at Brahma Muhurat, which is around 3:30 to 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, yeah.
Which is nothing but the reason they ask you to wake up at that time is high concentration of O3, which is ozone, not O2, which is oxygen, is high at that point.
Okay.
So that is the reason they ask you to wake up at 4 o'clock.
Got it.
Then what you have is, they call it Abhyanga Snanam or Channiti Snanam, whatever it is, which is nothing but your modern day cold plunge.
Cold shower, okay.
Modern day cold plunge. Then you have Surya Namaskar.
Right.
Which you buff to the sun, you do Surya Namaskars. Why? Highest concentration of vitamin D is available at that point.
Got it.
Then you have your exercise routine, your food and everything, whatnot. This is Ayurvedic lifestyle. Ayurveda doesn't say swallow this, eat that, throw this. So this is Ayurveda. Yes, Indian sciences are way, way advanced than modern science, but unfortunately, we are a lost generation.
The whole script is where spoiled.
I don't think you can find it. If you can find it, beautiful. Definitely will have cure to every
You can't find it in the original form is what you mean.
Yeah, definitely. Everything has been altered, played with. Many things have happened.
Right.
So unfortunately, I love Ayurveda. I love Ayurvedic lifestyle, but I won't believe everything they say is Ayurveda.
Got that.
So I do have a little bit of sense. So I know how Ayurveda works.
Right.
So that's the reason I don't believe everything is
Right.
Ayurveda.
Right.
So if you take about Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavad Gita has a mention of type 2 diabetes in it.
Oh.
Yes. So
Okay.
when Krishna talks to Arjuna regarding Bhagavad Gita, he would be sweating. So
Okay.
there are, if you read the slokas and all, there is a mention of type 2 diabetes in it. There is a cure for it also. But unfortunately, we cannot find it. I don't know if somebody can read such proper Sanskrit nowadays.
Okay.
I've been searching for someone to learn Sanskrit. I couldn't find anyone. So that's how it's lost.
Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. So let's now move to the supplements and whey proteins, right? We keep speaking of you know additional supplements so that anything which is not covered in your regular diet can be covered through, right? Frankly, I have never taken it. While I've gone to gym multiple times. I was never a consistent gym person.
Yeah.
I've gone, taken a break, then didn't work out for a year or two, then went for some time again, took a break. But every single time, there was a situation of taking a supplement. Should I take it? Should I not take it? Mostly people around me said, don't take it, be natural. Uh, and then, there were some negative talks also which happened. Some people spoke positive, some people spoke negative. I've also seen one of my friend in undergrad who became bulky in the sense I was able to see a lot of fat. Uh, it was not that typical muscle in the
Yeah.
shape, but I was able to sense this guy became bulkier. So I want to understand, everything around the supplement and the whole whey protein, all of that.
So let's start off with saying, are supplements necessary?
Yeah.
So technically speaking, all the food you are eating today is genetically engineered.
Okay.
It is not in its original form.
Sure.
So if you take our previous generation, so our Dadaji or anyone, if you take them, they are strong. They used to live for 90s, 100s, 110.
Correct.
The reason is their soil was not contaminated.
Oh yeah.
All the growth was natural. Nowadays you came up with pesticides, whatnot. Even your food is genetically engineered. So you have seedless fruits, seedless vegetables. I don't know. So what they're doing to get in that form.
Right.
So all the nutrition is already gone. So right now supplements have become necessary because you're not able to get the natural vitamins and minerals naturally from the soil.
Right. Right.
Soil contamination as its peak. So even if somebody says I'm buying an organic variety, okay, good. From last 10 years, there has been a trend of organic vegetables, organic.
Right.
What about previous to that?
Right.
So you did cultivate in a wrong way, right?
Yeah.
You cannot, I mean, for a soil to come back to its original state, it would take at least around 100 years.
Get that.
So how could you say in 10 years I'm eating organic? Probably
Yeah.
it's only 30% organic as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
So if you speak to me about whey protein, is it really necessary? No, it's not. If you can
Sure.
eat 100% properly, whey protein is not necessary.
Yeah.
So is whey protein superior to natural proteins? Yes, it is.
Okay.
Because it is engineered in a way that it gives you all the amino acids necessary.
Okay.
So no food has a complete amino acid profile.
Mhm.
Whey protein is the only thing which has pure amino acid profile. That is the
Okay.
reason whey protein has become superior.
Got
And
it.
if somebody is going to gym, eating say, so example, if you want me to speak about Karthikeya, he'll be eating around 200 to 220 grams of protein per day. I am
Per
eating
day?
around, I'm eating around 150 200 grams of protein per day, depending on my body weight.
Right.
For me to get that in food, it will be very tough. So this is
Okay.
more of convenience for me. If I mix 2 scoops of whey protein in water, I get 50 grams of protein immediately.
Mm.
So this became more convenient to me. It is more of a convenience. The other thing is post-workout for you to sit and eat, it might be difficult.
Okay.
So drinking a shake is easy. So
Got
these
it.
are the places where whey protein have become more convenient to you. If you ask me if it is necessary, no, definitely not.
Got it.
So most of the supplements doesn't work. The only supplements which work are whey protein. Second thing is creatine monohydrate, which will help you to increase your muscle mass and your cognitive function. There are many benefits to it.
Okay.
The other thing is to maintain your cholesterol profile, you need fish oil.
Okay.
And a good multivitamin, since you cannot get all the vitamins and minerals because of soil degeneration and all malpractices of cultivation and all these things, these
Right.
has become necessary. So initially we didn't have all this. Why are you suggesting now? Initially we didn't have this method of cultivation also.
Got
So
that.
that is the reason now these became necessary.
Understood. And
Yeah.
then you see the results moment you start using these. Is that how?
See, creatine monohydrate is one thing which will show you results. Whey
Okay.
protein is not going to show you any result. It is just more of a convenience.
Hmm.
So if you have to have 200 grams of protein for you to build your body, this 50 grams is easy for you to consume. That's
Right.
it.
Right.
So does drinking whey protein make you build faster? Definitely no.
Got it.
It will not.
Understood.
So omega 3, which is fish oil, it is more related to your health side.
Okay.
It doesn't show any effect to you. I mean,
Understood.
it cannot show me any results.
Right.
It will just make your heart healthy.
Oh yeah.
So multivitamin and minerals, these are helpful for your functioning. So
Understood.
these don't show me any results. The only
Okay.
thing which shows me direct results is creatine monohydrate.
Creatine monohydrate. But
That's
then
it.
tell me, consuming these in a higher quantity, will it have side effects?
No. So depending on which brand you're buying, so nowadays you have many malpractices even in this whey protein industry. They give you cheap quality of protein, so low grade. So if you go to Isamiya Bazaar in Hyderabad, they copy every brand available there.
Okay.
So it depends on where you're getting your protein from. If you're getting it from a right dealer, right
Okay.
company, good brand, they're not going to cause any effect to you.
Got it.
So if you're procuring it from a cheap standpoint, it will be a cheap thing. Yeah, you will
Got
have
it.
side effects.
Got it. So the right brand, right place is where you should get this.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, don't get it.
Don't get it.
Got
If you
it.
can eat whole food, if somebody asks me, I have 5,000 rupees, do you want me to buy protein? I would say better put it on food.
Got it.
Eat real food, eat real chicken, eat real eggs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So eat rice, sweet potatoes. These are beneficial. These are all more of a convenience thing. If you're good with your budget, if you have more amount, spend on this. If you have a limited budget, don't spend on this. Spend on food.
Got it. Got it.
Food becomes your priority first. These are just an additions to it.
Right. 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 Ramesh, I've seen one of the videos where a bodybuilder was actually swallowing a handful of tablets. Uh, when I saw, uh, like his body was like a beast, and then he had a bulk of tablets in his hand, and he swallows all at one single shot, and then drinks this big
Gallon, yeah.
jar of I don't know what if it was water or
Definitely
whatever,
water.
right? So I was scared to see that. One, definitely the physic itself is like a beast. On top of it, these many tablets, and then a jug of, or whatever you call it, tumbler of water. Uh, is it good like that?
So you're talking about a bodybuilder. So if somebody is looking like a beast, definitely he wouldn't be natural.
Sure.
For him, he has to use many things to support his lifestyle.
Okay.
So if you say 10 pills, probably 2 would be fish oil, multivitamin, N-acetylcysteine, vitamin C, zinc, magnesium. All these are actually essential for anybody.
Okay.
So for him, it becomes a mandatory.
Ah.
So he has to take it. So like you need not actually take 10 tablets and swallow. Probably he did it for a video or something.
Okay.
In general, yes, everybody uses it.
Acha.
Nothing wrong in it. But
Okay.
taking 10 at a time and swallowing, you'll definitely be hit with gastritis.
It was
So-
really scary
Yeah.
to see that video.
Yeah.
I mean, like, oh my God, is this guy a even human being?
It's not mandatory to take everything at a time.
Right.
Are they essential? Yes, for him it is essential.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. So I think we spoke on supplements. I would want to also understand the people who take injections and all that. How safe is that? The steroids typically to build the body. Is it recommended? Is it also like supplement, or what's your take on that?
So whenever you are injecting something exogenously, which is from outside, it
Sure.
is definitely going to have a side effect on your body no matter what.
Okay.
So you will have side effects. So is it suggestible? No. So if somebody is into acting, or he has to be in a high performing sport, or he is into bodybuilding, he doesn't have an option. So if you say I want to compete in bodybuilding show but I want to be natural, it's like you going to a Formula 1 race with a Volkswagen Polo car,
Okay.
which doesn't make sense. When you're competing at that elite level, you don't have an option. So for them, you have to use it. There is no option. Better be safe. So what you can do is there is something called usage and abusing. If you're using it wisely, it's not going to have any long-term effects on you.
Sure.
But if you are abusing it, definitely you might lose your life also. So what happens with steroids is it knows how to grow a muscle.
Right.
Even your organs are also muscle.
Right.
So your heart will grow, your kidneys will grow, your liver will grow, everything in your body will grow.
Right.
It cannot differentiate this as muscle, this as organ. So that is the
Right.
problem with it. And other thing what happens when you use an artificial testosterone is it has to increase your nitrous oxide transportation, which in turn will increase your RBC count. Your blood gets more thicker. So these are the side effects, general side effects you have.
Sure.
Depending on an individual, it can be a number of things.
Okay.
So you might have a cardiac arrest also. So if you ask me, is it necessary for a healthy living person? No, it's not necessary. If somebody is competing at that elite level, you don't have an option. You have to do it.
Got that. Got that.
It is a gray area actually.
Because steroids are not definitely similar to supplement,
No.
is what I understand.
So supplement, the word itself says that instead of eating whole food, you're taking something from outside. That is
Got it.
supplement.
Right.
Steroid is something which is going to change your entire makeup of your body. So that is the basic difference.
Got that. So
Supplements are addition to your normal food. These are something entirely different.
So for a person like me who's wanting to be fit in the right shape, for them supplements are okay.
Yeah.
Steroids is something that you should avoid.
No, you don't even think about it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Unless until you're going to perform in some bodybuilding show,
Yeah.
or you are an actor who has to show an amazing physique,
Hmm.
or you are into some professional sports where you have to be ribbed or something as such, MMA or something as such, you don't have an option,
Got it.
or else no.
So I think
So
even
every
those
high
guys
level
when they
sports person is using some or other kind of performance enhancing drugs. So it doesn't mean, so if anything is a derivative of testosterone, it's called a steroid. So there is something called peptides. Peptides are mostly like 2-3 chain of amino acids which are combined together. This doesn't come under category of steroids, but these are PEDs, performance enhancing drugs.
got it.
So there is something called SAMs again, which are also PEDs. So for them, they don't have an option. They have to use it.
Understood. Understood. Got it. So since we spoke of workout, we spoke of diet, supplements, I would also want to touch upon the sleep importance. How important is sleep in your transformation journey if you are wanting to be fit?
So when you're working out, as I said before, what you're doing is creating a micro tear. So you're actually damaging your body in the gym. You're not building anything there. So food is the raw material which your body requires to repair itself.
Sure.
When does it repair is when you're sleeping.
Ah.
So if you're active, you're into other things doing, your body is not repairing itself because it has other functions to take care of.
Right. Right.
When does actual repair happen is when you are resting.
Okay.
If you really want to lose fat or build muscle, you need at least 8 hours of sleep for sure.
8 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
People say 6 to 8. No, you actually need 8 hours for a complete recovery.
Meaning I should sleep more.
Yeah, you
I
have
sleep
to.
less.
Everybody has to sleep more. So there is something called REM sleep in it. So that depends on how your environment is. That is actually the deep stage of sleep. So if you are sleeping for 8 hours, your actual REM sleep is oddly around 2 hours.
Okay.
So you tell me if you're cutting down that to 4, what is your REM sleep? I don't know.
Oh.
So technically, theoretically, you're not even sleeping.
Got that.
Yeah. So sleep is where actual progress happens.
Got it. Got it. So in between, you also spoke about death happening, and we see a lot of news these days. Somebody died in a gym while working out. In fact, the famous celebrity Rajkumar from Bangalore, right, who's a star in Karnataka and the whole South India, he died around the workout itself. I don't remember if it was in the gym or post workout, but he died.
Yeah, it was post workout.
Post workout, right? So he also died. Now, can you help us understand why is this happening in the gym these days a lot?
So as far as I know, I don't think Puneeth Rajkumar used any banned substances as such, like steroids or anything. He
Yeah.
was natural. He was
Yeah.
working out. So the reason what happens inside the gym is whenever you're working out or performing in any kind of activity, you have an elevated heart rate.
Right.
So your blood is moving faster, pumping faster. Say, for an example, I'm not sure with the exact data. What I assume is if he is having a artery block, so your blood is restricted to go to the heart. That is
Right.
when your heart fails.
Right.
So majority of heart attacks happen because of this reason. They don't get their yearly blood work done. If you check your cholesterol, So actually, people think cholesterol is what is causing heart attack. It's actually triglycerides. So
Okay.
LDL and HDL are not the major culprits. Triglycerides are the major culprits.
Got
If
it.
they are in border, I don't think these things would happen.
Okay.
So workout in itself, so you cannot simply work out till your heart blasts. It's not possible.
Got
Your
it.
body will give up before it. You
Right.
can't blame workout for it. There might
Right.
be other factors.
Got it.
So if there are other factors which you did not address, definitely this will elevate your chances of dying.
Got it. In fact, a lot of respect to Puneeth Rajkumar. He has got a huge fan base. In
Oh.
fact, my team members
So
back in
the
Bangalore.
kind of things he did, charity, whatnot, that fellow is
Yeah.
at next level.
Yeah. So in fact,
It's an unfortunate thing.
I was in Bangalore, and some of my team members are die-hard fan of Puneeth, and the kind of stories that they told me was mind-blowing. As in, when I heard that, a lot of respect to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Since I'm working with celebrities, I'll know a little more. What he did was to a next level. So
Okay.
you cannot compare it with anyone. Yeah, it's unfortunate that he's no more.
Right. So, Ramesh, if I'm wanting to have a personal fitness trainer, right? A lot of times this becomes a important decision, because a usual gym, you go speak to the gym owner and or the staff there, and you ask for a personal trainer. People walk in, and there will be 2 3 people you see who are trainers, but you don't know whom to choose. But these days usually send one of the guys who's free, right? Now, if I am wanting to choose the fitness trainer, how should I go about choosing a fitness trainer? What are those things that I should keep in mind before I finalize a fitness trainer?
So first thing is a fitness trainer, if he calls himself a trainer, he has to be fit.
Sure.
So 99% of the time I see fitness trainers who are not at all fit.
Okay.
So that is one big red flag.
Right.
Second thing is don't depend on their certifications. So
Okay.
nowadays what happens is you just pay 10K or 15K, you get the certificate in a month time. I don't think anybody can
Oh.
teach you in a month.
Got that.
So don't believe in the certifications, ask them for the transformations.
Sure.
So show me your previous client's transformations. You will have an idea with it.
Hmm.
So, and he should be able to customize the routine according to your needs. Likewise, I said he has to change the form and technique depending on your body.
Right.
So you just go for a trial session. He's able to understand your body. He's able to correlate the workout according to you.
Got it.
So you have to take a trial, then only you'll know it.
Understood.
So these are the primary things. And how is he able to make the complex subject as simple as possible? I can give you a number of scientific names you won't even understand. So I'm intentionally making it more complex for you to think, oh, this is something difficult, I'll have to hire him. No, he has to make it as simple as possible.
Got it.
So most complex thing has to be simplified to a most normal thing.
Got it.
So that is the second thing you'll have to think.
Right.
Main prominent thing I would say is check his work.
Sure.
So if he did produce good results, definitely he's a good trainer.
Understood.
So check the spectrum of clients he has.
Right.
So are you meeting in the spectrum?
Right.
So say you have, not you, so somebody comes with some particular condition. Did he work previously with somebody that kind of body or that kind of condition?
Got it.
So that means he has experience in this area. So
Right.
that will be the wise choice to take.
Understood. Understood. You've worked with a lot of celebrities, right? Now you're personally training Karthikeya. Otherwise, you worked with Rana, Sudheer Babu, all these people, right? Tell us one of those 1 or 2 scenarios where you made an impact, other than Karthikeya, I mean, you made an impact, and you got the whole transformation in one of the celebrity.
So impact wise, the duration I worked with them is really short. It's just in days. I wouldn't say I created any impact,
Okay.
but I got inspired actually looking at them. So there was one instance where Sudheer Babu was training his back.
Okay.
So I was increasing the weight step by set. He never even uttered a word. So he comes quietly, he finishes his session and goes off. The only word he spoke to me was, "It's paining."
Oh.
I haven't seen somebody with that stature and that discipline. Later on, Karthikeya came in, because for me to have Karthikeya as client and me working with Sudheer Babu, there is a difference of like 2-3 years in between. That
Okay.
happened when I was in steel. So that was really shocking for me. These guys, despite being busy lifestyle and actors, they are very disciplined.
Got it. Got it.
So
Got
you'll
it.
have to. So people come up with many excuses like, I don't have time. There are many people. Even Obama used to wake up at 4 a.m., finish his training, and then he ran as president of US.
Obama.
Yeah. When he was
Oh.
president of US, he used to wake up at 3:34, finish his workout, then start his day to day. I don't think nobody is as busy as a president of US.
Yeah.
So if somebody says I don't have time, you're just making up excuse.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So on the, since we are close to the closing, I want to ask a question around now that you are celebrity trainer and you gave us a hint of how much you earn in the beginning of the
Yeah.
session itself, right? I want to understand, if somebody wants to pick up a profession like this and become a celebrity fitness trainer, right? You were a CA yourself and you left that. In fact, I know a lot of people work so hard and still have backlogs in CA and still find it difficult to clear that. You cleared it and then left that and chose fitness as a journey, right? I want to ask this question from a individual standpoint who wants to become a fitness trainer. Is this profession, looking at you, definitely it's a good profession. So, how can one become a trainer like you, celebrity? Sorry, how can one become a trainer like you who's coaching celebrities and big HNIs?
So first thing, so when I spoke to you, I told you I pursued training in 2015. I started working out in the gym in 2009. So it
Oh,
wasn't like I started working out and I became a trainer immediately.
right,
So I had like 6 years. So I was working on myself. I had to develop skin. This is a skill. This is mostly service oriented thing.
right.
So you should be willing to learn no matter what.
Yeah,
So there is no one source in this field. You cannot say I read this book, I became a trainer. No. You should be open for knowledge. You
Right.
have to speak to good trainers who are ahead of you,
sure.
or work with such kind of individuals, grab knowledge from them.
Right.
This is not an easy task. For
Right.
me to come to this level, it's now, I think it's 14 years. I've been training Karthikeya since 3 years. So it took me around 11 years to be in this position.
Wow.
It didn't happen in day one.
Right.
If you really are passionate about this field, if you have patience, yes. So any kind of field where skill is required,
Sure.
if you give it enough time, you will be at the top.
Got that.
So if you have such kind of passion and skill, if you want to acquire skill in that level, yes, this is a good profession. Or if you think, if so many people I see that they don't have any option to earn and they become a trainer,
Okay.
definitely you'll end up with earning 10s, 15,000 and all.
Okay.
So it's not easy to come to this position. It does require lots and lots of patience.
Got it.
If you are that patient, yes, you can pick this, or else no.
Got it. Got it. So, Ramesh, before we part way, I have a quick rapid fire.
Yeah.
I'll probably take a help of my note. Yeah.
Sure.
So, you'll have to answer it quickly, not take more
Yeah, yeah.
time, right? Cheat meal you enjoy guilt free.
Curd rice.
Curd rice.
Yes.
Awesome. One supplement you can't live without.
Whey protein.
One celebrity whose fitness game you admire.
Karthikeya, Sudheer Babu.
Okay. Two people. Favorite workout.
Back.
One myth that you need to die.
So whey protein is bad.
Okay, got it, got it. So one last question, one message that you want to give to all the Indians who want to get fitter, healthier, and have a happy life.
So rather than that, one tip I would say is, everything is priority when you're healthy. If your health is not good, your health becomes your first priority. So treat your body in such a way that you're always healthy, then you can take care of other things. Then they become priority. If this is not perfect, other things can never become your priority. If you're in your bed struggling, you can't take care of your family or your finances or anything. Always stay healthy, be fit.
Awesome, awesome. So Ramesh, thank you for coming in and helping us with all the knowledge and sharing your experience and expertise.
Thanks a lot for inviting me on this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this episode till the end. If you like the video, please leave your feedback in the comment section down there and share this episode with your friends and family. See you in the next episode. Thank you.